Will- Perfect. So, just to introduce myself, to give a little bit of background in case you don't know who I am, my own name is Leanne. I'm based here in Newport, County Tipperary. I'm a mom to three gorgeous children. I've identical twin girls who are 6, and I have a son, Jack, who's 11, and I'm happily married. Life has been full of roller coasters, ups and downs, and in betweens. I've been a widow, I've been a single mom, I've been through it all. I've been employed, self-employed. I had premature babies. The twins were 10 weeks early. So we've been here. We have, I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, I can sell the pencils. So I've been on the ups and downs as a woman. And also I am showing up as a woman. So every month with the beautiful cycles that we are gifted and all the things, I'm 42 now, so coming into those perimenopausal years and all of that. And we're embracing it all. And that's what I want to be able to help you with, is to root down and embrace your authentic self, to be able to come inwards. Because sometimes we can be so doing, going, achieving, all our labels and so on. But it took me to go through such a dark night of the soul. It took me to go through one of the hardest periods of my life to connect in with myself, to go, no, what do I truly want? Who am I? Like, who am I? If I was to peel everything back and just be literally naked, who am I at my core? Because we can all identify with, I'm a mother, I'm a business owner, I'm this, I'm that, I'm my name. But what does that even mean? So who are you as you shine up, as you show up on a daily basis? And we'll weave in and out of that a little bit over the course of the 3 nights. Just to let you know on the offset, obviously, if you can't show up for the 3 nights, that is totally okay. The fact that you've even shown up tonight in this beautiful weather, I thought I'd be on here by myself recording this and just sending it out to everyone. So I do appreciate you coming on live. So the fact that you're even here, pat yourself on the back. And for anyone in the future that's going to be looking on this, obviously you are very welcome. And I can't wait to get your feedback on how you enjoyed the course and what key takeaways you took from it. So do take a lot of notes. As I said, I will be sending out the recordings, and you will be able to tap into the recording for a couple of days after this. So I'm probably going to have it up until Monday or Tuesday of next week live, that you can rewatch them. And after that, I'll be taking them down. Why I am doing that, you might be like, oh Jesus, why is she taking them down so quickly? It's for you to actually do the work. Because so many times we've all done it. We've signed up for all the courses, all the freebies, done all the things. And sure, we never do any of the work then, because we're like, oh, I'll tap back into that now. I'll tap back into that and I'll get into that and I'll do that at some point. And we never do it. Do you know, we never tap back into it. So now is the time where we're going to show up. As I said, the recordings will be in place up until Tuesday of next week. So even if you want to rewatch this and go back over it, because I'm going to be doing, obviously, there'll be a bit of journaling on here tonight. There'll be a bit of a meditation as well. And there'll be obviously teachings within it as well. So I love, the type of person I am, is to go back over things and go, oh, okay, let me listen to that again, because you listen to it then from a different perspective. Because when you're on live, you can feel the energy in that. But then when you go away and re-listen, it's like, ah, okay. So do delve in deep. At any point, as I always say to any of my clients, while I'm not saying that we're going to be going very deep with this work tonight, obviously, because we've only like an hour together, but at any point, if you feel any emotions coming up, please feel safe to express them. Let them in, let them out, let them go, let them flow. We don't want to be suppressing anymore. We want to be able to feel into our emotions and just feel into, why is it coming up? What is it that's maybe triggering you in this moment of what we're going over? And let yourself feel into anything that is coming up for you now. So, with that being said, let's dive in. So, now just admitting a couple of more people into the room now. So, hi guys, and obviously if you can stay on mute as well throughout, it would be great. If you need to put anything into the chat, obviously, feel free to. Oh, thanks, Tracy. I just saw that there, loud and clear. So you can hear me, which is great. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through everything. Obviously, if you want to take notes, please feel free to take notes as I'm going through it. And at any point, obviously, if you have any questions, put them into the put them inside to the question box and I'll be able to go back over them with you in a little bit. And obviously, we can delve into them and go a bit deeper with them all. So, welcome, obviously, tonight to the courage to dream big and why dreaming big matters. So, why does it actually matter? Why does it matter to dream big? It matters because dreams fuel motivation, creativity, and the purpose in life. It's what is our purpose in life? Because, as I said a couple of minutes ago when we had just started, obviously we can all go through life where we're just existing and we're not showing up, and we know deep down we're here to do and be and achieve more. So dreams fuel our motivation, coming in from the sacral chakra as well, coming in from that masculine and feminine energy, that creativity point within us. Also, when you hear me going on about chakras as well, just in case you are unaware of who I even am, I'm also a Reiki master as well. Totally forgot to even tell you what I done. I was like, oh, I'm a mom and I'm a wife. But I'm a Reiki master as well. So I teach people Reiki, and I obviously do Reiki on people. I'm also obviously a female empowerment coach as well. I'm a life coach. So I do that along with having a podcast and different things. So if you hear me talking randomly about like energy and chakras and different things like that, that's basically why, because I love intertwining them both, because it's so important to have that whole mind, body, soul connection. So basically, why dreaming big matters. It provides a vision for the future to help us align with our daily actions to achieve our long-term goals. And you might have heard that if I take small incremental steps on a daily basis to achieve what I'm looking to achieve, because sometimes we might say, oh, I want to achieve this. And then we get so overwhelmed, we don't even take the first step because we're so overwhelmed. We're like, but how am I going to get to there? And again, you might have heard this analogy, you might not. I'm going to climb Everest, or I'm going to run a 10K, or I'm going to run a marathon. And then you get overwhelmed thinking of the finish line or the top of the mountain. You're like, but Jesus, how am I going to do it? But you start. You walk from here to the lamppost, you jog to the next one, and you just go and keep going because you know what the end goal and the end destination is. But sometimes we can get so busy with life that we forget about that. We don't even know what our end goal is. We've totally lost our passion and our joy in life. And dreaming big taps in to your potential, often uncovering your abilities and even opportunities you didn't realize you had. And as you may know, I love working with the law of attraction, abundance, working with manifesting and that. And 9 times out of 10, when we get out of our own way, things start to happen. And you've probably all had that happen to you, where you're thinking of something, next thing the phone rings, you're thinking of a person, the phone rings, and then you're like, Jesus, I was just thinking of you there now, and the phone's after ringing. Or you're coming into a car park and you're like, oh, please have a space here now on this level, please have a space. And next thing a space appears. But we never then give gratitude for that. We never go, oh my God, thank you, universe. I got that parking space. Thank you for this. No, we're just like, oh, that was a fluke. That was a fluke. It's like, no, it wasn't. Like you were thinking it, the thoughts, you are an energetic being, and that's what can happen. So, equally, when we have dreams and when we tap into the conscious and subconscious mind, this is how we are able to achieve our dreams. But going inwards first, what is inside of us that we want to tap into? What is it that we want to truly create from within? So, first, we need to embrace the sacred transformation, the going in. So moment is about honoring. What is it about honoring? It's about honoring the past self while awakening your future self. A sacred pause for reflection, release, and rebirth. It's about acknowledging who you were. Begin by honoring your struggles, the lessons and the experiences that have shaped you on your journey. So, right now, I want you to grab your journal and your pen, and a blue pen if you can, because a blue pen is magical. I was told that by one of my mentors, so I've always lived by it. So, we always go blue. Don't worry if you don't have a blue pen right now. Write with any color pen, but from tomorrow, go blue. So, grab your journal and your pen and write down one thing that you wish to release from your past. Because remember, if we are all energy, and if we are holding on to an awful lot of stuff from an energetic point of view, if we've lots of stuff in the bags from our past, how can we move forward? Because it's that heavy weight. Now you can write down loads of things if you want to. Happy days. Write down as much as you want. But equally, if you could only write down one, write down one. So, what is one thing or many things that you would like to release from your past that you feel is constantly coming up and showing up? Then, what I want you to do is I want you to place one hand on your heart chakra, so your chest area here. And I want to you to place one hand on your sacral chakra, which is by your belly button area. So just on your belly button, the other hand, okay? One on your chest and one on your belly button. So this is the heart chakra and this is the sacral chakra. Now, obviously, if it's safe to do so, for those of you with no cameras on, if you're driving, obviously, clearly do not do this. But if you can, close down your eyes. Okay? If you feel safe to do so, close down your eyes. Let's take a deep breath in through our nose and a big exhale out through our mouth. On the inhale, feel our lungs expand like two big balloons. And on the exhale, feel all your worries drift away. Breathing in and out. Now, the few things that you wrote down in your journal, think of those things now. With your eyes closed, and if it feels safe to, step back into your past self. See her, acknowledge her, give her a hug, and say thank you to her. Thank you for helping me navigate the challenges. Thank you for always loving me. Thank you for always supporting me. Thank you for getting me to this moment in time. While there may have been many ups and downs, but we have got here. We are here today. We are showing up. Say, I am proud of you as you look at your past self. I love you and I will continue to love and honor and respect you. Feeling the beautiful heat now radiating from your hands. Giving that past version of you one more big squeeze. Reassure them you are always with them. You are one. Ye are connected. Keep breathing in and out. Now, I ask Archangel Michael to step forward and to cut any cords from past places, people, or situations that no longer serve you for your highest good. Feel now Archangel Michael by your side. He's got a beautiful sword. Envision energetic threads going from you to all the past places, situations, and people that you don't want to carry forward anymore. Envision these threads being cut, being severed. If you still want this person in your life, you're not going to lose them by this activity. But maybe it's a situation with the person you're looking to sever. Envision that situation, that you're not going to carry the energy and the frequency of that anymore. Breathing in and out. Imagine a beautiful bubble of white light now surrounding you, protecting you. Know that you are always supported and loved. When you feel in to your body, when you connect in to your breath, and bring that stillness back into every day. Taking one more deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. You can slowly open your eyes now and come back into the room. By all means, if anything has come up for you when we done that little meditation, feel free to write upon it. If it made you feel angry, sad, if you felt anything at all. If you didn't feel anything, that is totally fine. But I love being able to help my clients to journal as well, because it is so important to journal, because we can only ever connect the dots when we look backwards. So sometimes we might get downloads and insights and information when we're meditating, when we're doing work, when we're getting Reiki, when we're out for a walk, whatever the case may be. Write it down. Go, wow, that came up for me. I haven't thought about that person in years. Why are they coming up? What does it feel like in my body? Is this something that I maybe need to work through? Do I just need to feel it and release it? So it's a beautiful practice to be able to do and to continue to do for yourself. I always love a cutting cords meditation. For those of you who are inside my Soulful Online community, it is inside there, and I always recommend clients to do it. If you've had a bad day, a bad week, if you're just once a week you want to do a bit of a clearing on yourself, it's a beautiful thing to do. So now let's get back in to the work, which is working on our limiting thinking that can hold us back. Because our limiting beliefs, like I'm not good enough or I don't deserve success, act as barriers for dreaming freely. The fear of failure or judgment often prevents people from setting bold goals. Overwhelming or burnout can cloud our ability to dream, leaving us feeling stuck in survival mode. How many of us have said, I'd love to do this, and we've never done it? I'd love to do that. I'd love to start that. Or we start something and we give up at the first hurdle. Like what I said to one of my coaching clients last night, we're all going through this roller coaster of life. There is going to be ups and downs and in-betweens. When you work with me, let's say, as a coach, we're going to dig deep. We're going to get into what you want to do. We're going to get into the healing work, and we're going to get into that future self. What are we looking to pull forward? But when the first speed bump comes, are you willing to go over the speed bump? And I gave her the analogy of, and I'll give it to you as well. If you were driving a car from here to Belfast, well, I'm saying from here, I'm in Newport, we'll call it Limerick, from Limerick to Belfast, okay? If we were going from Limerick to Belfast, you'd put it in your sat nav. Pretty enough straight road motorway. Probably have to go up via Dublin. But let's say there was a diversion because there was a crash. Are you going to go, no, excuse me, that wasn't part of the plan. I'm going to drive the whole way back home now. I can't. I'm not going. That's your first roadblock. That's your first speed bump that you're coming up against. For us, it'll come up in different ways depending on what is the goal that we're looking to achieve. So are you going to let the fear pull you back? Or are you going to go, okay, it's rerouting me a different way, but I'm still going to Belfast. So I'm still trying to achieve the goal that's over here, the dream that I'm looking to achieve. I'm still wanting to achieve that goal. I'm still going to work to achieve that goal. So I'm still going to keep driving to achieve that goal. When I mean driving, as in we are the vehicle to drive for our dreams to come true. But 9 times out of 10, we'll hit one speed bump in the road and we'll go backwards. We'll go, no, it didn't work. See, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it wouldn't work. And then we prove ourselves, we then feed ourselves the data of why it didn't work. But instead, why not feed ourselves the data of how it could work? Because remember, in every speed bump, in every failure, it's a learning experience. How can we learn from it? How can we grow? You've all heard the expression, the universe is sending us lessons. And there's been sometimes I've said, fuck off, universe, I don't want any more lessons. But what am I learning? What do I need to take from this? And how can I keep on improving? And that's what we're looking to do. Because remember, regardless of what age or stage you are at on your in your life, you can always grow. A lot of people, I coach different people, different ages. I even had a woman I was talking to yesterday, and she's in her late 50s, and she was like, going, but Leanne, for me, I'm like, sorry, you might have another 30 or 40 years on this earth. Why are you giving up on yourself? Why are you giving up on that passion to ignite that love, that lust for living inside of you? So we're never too old to recreate ourselves. Remember, we're just in a season right now of our life. And that season might be we're feeling down and out, life isn't going great. But it's a season and it too shall pass. But we have to be willing to grow with it because there's always going to be a winter, a spring, a summer, and an autumn. Sometimes we get pissed off when there's a winter. We're like, oh, for fuck's sake, and it's so cold and it's this and it's that. It happens every year. Why do we still get pissed off about it? And I'm saying this as someone that does get pissed off about it. But but it's not surprising. It happens and it's going to happen. So why be shocked about it? Why put the energy into it? So it's the same for ourselves and our dreams and our goals and our aspirations. What are we putting our energy into? What are we focusing on? Are we focusing on the negative or are we focusing on the positive? What are equally are we feeding our brain? What are we feeding our mouths? What are we feeding ourselves energetically? Because remember, and obviously diet culture is the easiest thing to explain. But if I'm hanging around with people that eat pizzas and drink every single day, and I'm looking to shed a couple of pounds, what's the likelihood of that happening? Probably not. Whereas I was hanging around with people that go to the gym the whole time, they, eat lean and all of that. I'm probably going to achieve it. So finding your tribe, finding like-minded people are going to help you, especially when you're coming up against those limiting beliefs. But we have to try and reframe these limiting beliefs when we can hear them in our head. I describe it to clients like a ping pong match. The negative thought comes in, we put it back out with a positive. What's the opposite to it? And it's a game. And we all have to go through it. And we all go through it. And that's why I'm always so open and honest with my clients. Because you can literally see them when I'm talking to them. They're like, oh my God, and you feel that too. Because we all feel so alone. We all feel like we're in this little island by ourselves and no one is feeling what we're feeling. But 9 times out of 10, we've all either felt or are feeling the same. For me, for instance, when I went on my grief journey, while our grief may be different, but grief is still grief. It's still a horrible feeling and thing to have to go through. So just know that we can all help and support each other to get out of these limiting beliefs, to get out of this stuck feeling, this stuck vibration. But again, it's how can I reframe it? How can I catch myself when I am thinking these thoughts? So connecting dreams to your identity. So your dreams are a reflection of your values and passions. When you dare to dream, you reconnect with your essence, who you are beyond the roles like a mom or a caregiver, like what I said at the start of the call. And you've probably always heard me saying, if you've anyone's listened to my podcast or probably on my social media as well, I always say you are the most unique, beautiful person there is. There is only one of you on the planet. So shine your light bright. I've got identical twin girls who have the same DNA. They could be up for the same murder, but they're totally different. One's a tomboy, one's a pure girly girl. It's crazy. So we are unique in our own way. Even though we're women, we're unique. And we've all come here with gifts. You might say, oh, but sure, my gift is that all I want to do is create a book. All I want to do is be a mom. All I want to do. That's amazing. Your uniqueness will shine through because if that is your true passion, if that's what lights you up, ignites you up, and has you shining on a daily basis, that's what you should be doing. But what we've done is we've got into roles where we've lost ourselves, we've lost our identity, we've lost who we are. And that, as I said, happened to me. So I can speak to it from truth. I know that it can happen. I was like, I'm a mom, I'm a widow, I'm a single mom. Like what? Like I don't even know who I am anymore. Like what do I even like anymore? I was so like overwhelmed and suffocated nearly by all the labels. And it took me to go on a deep dive journey. It took me to go through that dark night of the soul, to invest in my mental health, to invest in personal development, spiritual development, to get the coaches, to eat healthy, to work out, to do all the things to drag me out. Why? Because my son was my reason why. I had to wake up every single morning. He was 10 months old when my first husband passed away. I had to get up. I had to show up for him. And it was the journey I went on that got me here today. Happily remarried, have identical twin girls. My family has grown. I went from employed to self-employed. I'm helping countless of women around the world to raise their vibration. It's an incredible gift, but it took me to go through the shit to get me to here. So if you're having that time where you're like going, oh my God, life is so down and out, I'm not saying look at me, but I always share my story as a hope that you can see that things are possible, but you have to be willing to do the work. So, have you ever dreamt big? Have you ever dreamt about what you could be? Because as kids, we always dream. As kids, we dreamt, I'm going to be an astronaut, a hairdresser, I'm going to be all of these things. But then we got these limiting beliefs thrown at us. A caregiver might have said to us, there's no money in that. Or no, you won't be doing that. We can't afford to send you to college. Or all of these different things. So we just plodded along and went along with it. I have to get married. I have to have the kids. I have to do this now. I have to do that. And especially as women, we've the ticking time bomb of we need to have kids at a certain age. And if I don't stay home with them, am I a bad parent? All of these different things we go through as women. So that's where we've lost the identity of dreaming big. So the potential blocks for dreaming big, by all means, if you want to write any of these down so that you can go, oh my God, is that me? Self-doubt. We've all had it, that inner criticism that questions your worthiness or capability to achieve that big dream. We've all had that voice in our head. Who are you to do that? Sure, no one's going to do that. No one's going to look at that. They're all going to think you're crazy on social media. Who are you? Because again, I had that self-doubt. Who am I? I'm just the girl from X, Y, and Z. How can I now be saying I'm channeling, I'm talking to angels, I'm helping, I'm doing all this stuff? But I had to step outside of that. I had to keep going and go, but I am this person. I had to dig deep into the identity of who I was at my true essence. So, signs of self doubt are feeling like your goals are unrealistic or too much. And that always comes in with the self doubt. I'm too much. Because we probably have heard that at some point in our life. You're too much, be quiet. And then you've got the past failures. So, negative experiences that make you hesitate to aim high again. And like I explained to you, past failures are the stepping stones. Not one, now none of you here might want to open a business, none of you here might want to be an entrepreneur, but it's easy to just give the example for you to be aware. No one in business has just got to the top and not had a speed bump. Equally, there is no such thing as a perfect mother or a perfect father. We're all imperfect, but we're all beautiful in our own way. And we're all going to make mistakes, but are we still going to go ahead? Like the first time a baby cries, we don't go back to the maternity and go, I cried, I failed, there you go, take it back. No, we don't. We keep going. So this should be in all aspects of our lives. So instead of fearing the repeating of the mistake, think of what happened. What can I learn? How could I do it a tiny bit differently now so that it might work out? Then the lack of clarity. So being so overwhelmed by the day-to-day life that you've lost touch with your passion and can't articulate your goal. And signs of this is feeling directionless or saying, I don't know where to start. And this is why clients come to me. They're like, I don't even know who I am anymore, Leanne. What I even like. Don't even know what I like anymore. And it's through that pulling out that I do with them. I literally go fishing with them, is what I call it. So I work with them to pull out what are their likes, their dislikes, what is limiting them, working through that, doing healing, working with the subconscious and the conscious mind to help them break free of the patterns that aren't serving them anymore. So, where in your life are you feeling overwhelmed? Is it in your job? Is it your home life? Where is it that you're feeling overwhelmed? That you've lost touch? Have you lost touch with your passions? Did you used to love to paint and you don't paint anymore? Did you love to dance and you don't go to dance classes anymore? Because obviously, I know COVID was ages ago, but still, a lot of people might have done things before COVID and then they stopped doing it after COVID because they were like, Asher, there's no point now. And you might have lost your passion that way. So where are you feeling like you don't have clarity on what your next steps are? So also energy blocks. As I said to you in relation to the chakras, I love working deeply with the chakras. And unbalanced chakras, particularly when we're talking about dreaming and dreaming big in our lives, comes in with the third eye and the root chakra. This can cloud our intuition and create insecurity. And signs of this is trouble envisioning your future or feeling unsupported. Identifying one belief holding that can be holding you back right now is might be like I'm not creative. So is there one belief right now that you feel is holding you back? Is there any belief right now that you feel that if I didn't have that belief, I'd move forward? What is it, that belief of yourself that you feel is holding you back? And is there a way that you could rewrite it? So, for instance, as I gave the example there on the screen, I'm not creative. So, how we would rewrite that was creativity flows through me naturally when I allow myself to explore. So, what is your one? Hi, Sharon. I'm just reading the comments there. You're all right. Don't worry. Um, what if you feel life itself is just overwhelming? Megan, totally normal. Life can be very, very overwhelming. As I said there a minute ago, it's like a season. So many facets of our life can be very overwhelming, but it's like, okay, if every single day is overwhelming, what am I doing to try and help myself come out of the overwhelm? What are different practices that I can do? So, for instance, grounding. Can I get out the back? Can I get barefoot? Can I take 3 or 4 deep breaths? Is there, let's just assume that you've kids and you're married. Can I delegate some of the roles in the household? So it's getting specific on what is overwhelming you right now, writing down what's overwhelming you. You might love your job, but your house overwhelms you. So where is it in your life that you feel overwhelmed? Figuring out where it is and then going, how can I figure out to make it less overwhelming? Like I gave the example there, the household chores. Can I delegate some of them? Or let's say you live by yourself and you're still overwhelmed by the house. Okay, today I'm going to take the sitting room and tomorrow I'm going to, I schedule it out. So then it's not overwhelming and I'm taking it out of here and I'm writing it down. Because again, we're energetic beings. We are a frequency and we emanate a frequency. So if we're constantly frazzled in that, you know yourself when you turn the dial of a radio and you get that, that's overwhelm. That's, I'm overwhelmed. Oh my God, what's going on? Then you tune into a station, and let's say you tune into, I don't know, a station that's playing sad songs or the news, and you're like, oh, I don't like this now. I'm not listening to this. You have the choice to go on to another radio station. Same you have within yourself. You are frequency. You can change the frequency that you are at. But again, you have to do the work. There's no quick fix. There is no magic wand. We are our own magic wand. Our body is our magic wand. There's no pills or potions. You might have heard, like, Again, there's no pills or potions for weight loss. There's no pills or potions for manifesting. There's no pills and potions for finding the love of your life. It's all the work you do on yourself that will attract that. Now, let me see. You are not alone. Okay, perfect. Hold on now. My issue is I am trying hard to. Oh, why is that after coming up there now? Hold on. Everything 150%, and then I am overwhelmed all the time. So I need to ground myself more and change my frequency. Thanks. Yeah. So, Megan, okay, 150%. One, cut yourself some slack and take a couple of deep breaths because 150%, let's not do that to ourselves. How about we start showing up and giving 80%? Or even can I give 2% more tomorrow? Because if you're giving 150%, you mightn't be doing anything. So again, am I trying to do everything and I'm getting nothing done? So can I maybe do 2% tomorrow, 2% the next day, 2% the day after? And can I grow on it? That can help with your overwhelm because when we have so much going on, again, the more we write it down, it will help us because then we mightn't see that it's so big. Because remember, everything is big in our heads. I have to do this. And then if we write it down and then if you start ticking it off, that even in itself, taking it off makes you feel like, woo, I've achieved something. That's great. So instead of giving 150% to everything, cut yourself a bit of slack, ground your energy every day, do some self-care. Self-care is so important as you're driving forward, as you're looking to achieve your goals and your dreams. Self-care is going to help you. And again, that meditation, like I was saying there, like in relation to the energy blocks and the third eye and the root chakra, our root chakra, we want to be grounded into the earth. The root chakra is at the base of the spine. We want to ground into that frequency. If that energy center is blocked, that's the foundation of our home, our body. If that is blocked, if there's a crack in that, the rest can't spin as good. Like if there was a crack in the foundation of your home, do you feel that everything was going to be stable in your home? No, you'd be like, oh my God, I need to get a builder in because I'm afraid that the ceiling is going to cave in. I'm afraid this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. And you'd work on your home. But what happens as human beings is we get so busy by everything, all the shiny objects, the phones, the work, the kids, the blah, blah, blah. We forget about our own energetic body. We forget about ourselves. So, to be able to manifest your dream life, to be able to create your future self, to be able to work with all of that, you need to be rooted into who you are, to be able to birth. And remember that where our root chakra is where we birth children from. Regardless if you've birthed the kids or not, regardless if you have a womb space or not, this is where it comes from, the root chakra. So again, we need to be grounded in ourselves. And then the third eye, we need to be open to seeing the signs, the frequencies. Like I was saying to you, if you're out on a walk and you're getting the downloads and you're getting the inspiration, are you paying attention to it? Or are you saying, ah, sure. Maybe you said before you went out on a walk now, I'd love some guidance now today on what I should be doing. But then you're never listening to the guidance or show me a sign. So many of my clients say that to me. I'm always asking for a sign. And I'm like, did you get any today? Well, I did see a butterfly now, but sure, do you know? And I'm like, was a butterfly your sign? Yeah, but do you know now? And they don't believe in it. They don't believe themselves. They don't trust in themselves that was a sign. I had a client one day, she said to me when she was signing up for my 6-month program, she turned around and she was like, Leanne, I 100% wanted to do it, but I thought money would be the issue. So I went out on a walk, and a robin is my sign. She was like, a robin has always been if I see a robin, I'm meant to do whatever it is, X, Y, or Z. So she said, I literally went out on my walk. When I was coming back, there was two robins on my porch. And she literally rang me and she was like, there's two robins on my porch. I'm signing up. I was like, fair enough. So are you paying attention to your signs? My coaching client last night even said to me, she was like, Leanne, she said her house is up for sale. And she was like, it's so crazy. 111 was on my washing machine when the man was taking the pictures to put up for the for selling of the house. And I was like, oh my God, I was like, that's class. And I said, the great thing about signs is whether they're real or not, think of the vibration. That made her feel incredible. That made her feel like this is the right thing. So imagine if you didn't have that faith. Imagine if you didn't have that, you were like, that's just a number on the washing machine. We don't need to be into all the signs, but like if you at least believe a tiny bit in the universe, in all of these things, but the biggest thing is trusting. Instead of going, oh, sure, that's just a fluke now that he took a picture at that precise moment. Sure, like, no, read into it and be positive with it. Trust that that is a proper sign. Go, yeah, do you know what it is? While you might feel, and this is what I always say to clients, while you might feel the earthquake underneath you, when you say yes to something and then you're like, oh, Jesus, I'm after saying yes to that. I can't believe I said yes to that. That's normally when you know it's the right thing. That's normally when you know it's the right thing because your body is going, yes, while equally you want to pass out in like a brown paper bag and hyperventilate, but you know it's the right thing for you. So keep moving with that, and that's how you work through the blocks. So now we're going to do another visualization if you haven't gathered already. I love doing meditations, visualizations, and getting you to go inwards into your body. So let's close down our eyes again, if it's safe to do so. Let's close our eyes and take 3 deep breaths in through our nose and out through our mouth. On the inhale, feeling our lungs expand like two big balloons. And on the exhale, feel all our worries drift away. Breathing in and out. Now I ask your guides, your spirit guides, and your loved ones to be with you right now, to step forward. If there's any messages that you need to receive, any downloads, any inspiration, that you may receive it now. I want you to think about now the image of yourself that you would love to create. If you had a magic wand, I want you to imagine waking up in your ideal life. What does that day look like? How do you feel? Who are you surrounded by? What can you smell? What colors can you see? In your ideal life with your future self, what would you like to be doing? Do you work? Are you employed or self-employed? Remember, there's no limits holding you back now. This is you just visualizing what you would like. Is it romance? Is it a certain amount of money in your bank account? Is it health? What are the clothes that you're wearing? How do you look in the mirror? Are you confident? Keep visualizing your future self now and the ideal life that you would like to achieve. Feel into the frequencies and the vibrations of her, knowing that she is there. It is possible. If you can dream it, you can become it. What are the noises that you can hear? Who is the first person you are going to ring? when you wake up in your ideal life, when you've achieved what you're looking to achieve, who is the first person you would love to celebrate with? Envision telling them either face to face or over the phone that you've done it. I've achieved it. And listen to them tell you how proud they are of you, how proud they are of the work you have done. Keep breathing in and out. This connects us emotionally to our dreams, the dream of dreaming big, making us feel that we can achieve it. Give thanks to your future self now. Envision a beautiful golden cord now going from your feet down into the earth. The beautiful golden cord goes deep into the earth. It comes back up through your feet, ankles, calves, knees, and thighs. The golden light comes up into your abdomen and chest, up into your shoulders, arms, and hands. The golden light comes up into your throat and neck, face and head. It leaves through the top of your head, through your crown chakra. It goes high up into the sky to any higher power you may believe in. It gets cleansed and purified, and it comes back down through your head into your face, throat, neck, shoulders, arms, and hands. The golden light goes into your chest and abdomen, enriching all your organs. It comes down into your pelvis, thighs, knees, calves, and ankles, where finally the golden light of pure light and love wraps around your feet like roots of a tree, tying you into the earth, keeping you feeling secure, grounded, safe, and at peace. And when you're ready, slowly wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, put a smile on your face, and come back into the room. That's just a little future self guided meditation. It's something that I always do with my clients because when we're trying to tap into who we want to become, it's very hard sometimes. But when we tap into it from more of a meditative state, we dream, we're able to see. And what I would highly recommend you to do, especially after this process or even in the future, when you're looking to achieve something, visualize it like that with your eyes closed. What does it look like? What does it feel like? What can I smell? When we bring our senses into play, when we are dreaming of our future self, this is what can help us manifest it into reality. Because every time then we rethink of it, we can feel it because again, we are energetic beings so that we're able to feel into the frequency. We can feel the person, let's say the person hugging us, telling us they're so proud. We can feel that. We can smell, like I always say to people, when you go to a hot country and you can smell the sun. Well, I know it's not the sun I'm smelling, but when you go to a hot country, you just get that smell. And I had that this morning when I was out walking, and I was like, oh, that's that smell when you go somewhere foreign, and it just reignites that lovely relaxation feeling in you. So, again, our senses can play a massive role. So, equally, you know yourself, if you were to smell something that smelled like your nana, it can bring you back in time. So, smells can bring us back in time. But now we're looking to smells to bring us forward in time. So, what did you smell when you were in that meditation? So, like when I'm helping clients, let's say with love, they want to find love. I get them to, like, what does the person smell like? What is the aftershave? What is the perfume they wear? Can you smell it? What are they wearing? Versus saying, I want to fall in love with a man or a woman. The universe will throw loads of men and women at you. What is it you truly want? What do they want? What are their goals? What are they into? You have to constantly dig deep. So equally as you're diving deep into yourself, it's like when it comes to love, what am I trying to attract in the other person? But for you, even if it's coming from a job, what is it that I truly want out of this job? Is this job truly for me? Do I still want to be doing a 9 to 5 for the next 5 years? If my body is telling me no, then what else can I be doing? What can I open myself up to? Is there a course I can do in the evening to try and get myself to where I want to be? Don't limit yourself. Don't put yourself in the box. So, here are certain journaling prompts that I'd like you to go over. By all means, if you want to take a screenshot of this now and to go deeper in a while, you're more than welcome to. Again, I will be sending out the recording to you, but how long it'll take for it to download and all the rest of it, I don't know. So, if I knew I couldn't fail, what would my dream life look like? And I encourage you to write this without self-editing. So don't edit over it and go, oh, sure, but I won't be able to do that now. Oh, and I couldn't. Oh, no, no, won't be able to. Oh, no. Write freely. Put on beautiful, relaxing music and just write what and let it flow. Even laugh if it's like an astronaut and you're like, what the fuck is going on here? Why is it coming up saying I want to, but go with it. And I always say to people as well, we have to be able to decipher. So let's say, when you're looking for guidance and you say, okay, give me a sign. What is it that I truly want to be? And next thing a clown pops up into your head and you're like, seriously? I don't want to be a fucking clown. Like, why is a clown coming up for me? How can I decipher? Okay, a clown wears a lot of makeup. Ooh, could it be a makeup artist I want to be? Or a clown wears all those stitchy clothing. Ooh, I've always wanted to actually be a dress designer or, wanted to make clothes. So constantly pulling back the layers of the ideas, because unfortunately, the universe, your higher self, isn't going to go here. These are the numbers of the lotto. This is the number of this. It's not easy, but you have to be open and willing to trust and decipher the messages that are coming through for you because it's you working with your higher self. So set a dream goal then. Choose one dream and break it into smaller, actionable steps that you can begin immediately. So again, we'll go into releasing weight, the quickest one. I want to release weight. I want to lose, let's say I want to lose 3 stone. Okay. One, we have to stop saying lose because if you lose something, you want to find it. So I want to release 3 stone. You think of the 3 stone and you're like going, oh, for fuck's sake, that's going to take forever. And oh my God, and oh my God, and you're going to spiral. No, I'm going to get up tomorrow and I'm going to make better decisions for tomorrow. And if I have one bad day, I'm going to get back on it again. I'm going to drink my 3 liters of water. I'm going to swap bad for better. I'm going to try and move throughout the day. I'm going to try and do that. Let's say if it came to, like as I was saying to you earlier, if it was that I wanted to, even the example that I've given there, I want to write a book becomes I'll dedicate 10 minutes a day to writing because and I've been there where I've been like I want to write a book and I remember being on a course on helping you how to write a book and that and it was a brilliant advice he gave. He said if you want to write a book everyone gets daunted by oh my God I have like 360, let's say 360 pages I need to write of a book. How, where am I going to find the time? Oh Jesus, oh Jesus, oh Jesus, and I never start. But as he said, if you've got 365 days in a year and you write one page a day, is one page a day hard? Now, don't get me wrong, there might be some days where you might find it hard. But when you hear you have to write one page a day for a year, it's a lot easier than saying, I'm going to write a book. Because when you say, I'm going to write a book, you're overwhelmed. So, how can you break down your goal into more actionable steps so that you can start right away to start co creating with the universe, with your higher self, your dream life? And then writing affirmations. For those of you who don't know, I love affirmations. These encourage you to lift your vibration and tap back into, especially when you need a swift kick back in the right direction. I am worthy of my dreams. I am worthy of a sexy body. I am worthy of feeling healthy. I am worthy of whatever. But make sure we're writing I am, because I am is a powerful statement. Equally, I trust my intuition to guide me toward my vision. Very, very powerful. Because especially that one, I trust my intuition to guide me toward my vision. Because when the ego comes in, you can say, piss off. I trust my intuition to guide me toward my vision. So that's where the tennis match or the ping pong match, whatever I was describing a while ago to you, that's where that comes into play. And when you write these out on a daily basis, now bear in mind the affirmations I give you there are just examples. You write the affirmations down based on what you're looking to achieve. What is it that your dream is? Coming back to, is there something from my past limiting me? Is there things in my head that are limiting me based on my past experiences, based on the limiting beliefs from my childhood, from my caregivers, from my schooling? How can I work through them? Tapping into my younger self, my inner child. Look at where I am today. Half of you probably have went through stuff that you didn't think that if someone had told you years prior to what you were going to go through, that you were going to go through it. Like I always said, I'd tap out. I'd be like, excuse me, no thanks. I won't be able to survive any of the stuff that you're going to tell me I'm going to be able to go through. But we have, and we've got through it. So just know you have an inner strength within you. You have an inner resilience, and tapping into the frequency of your body and that self-care and giving yourself the compassion and being proud of yourself as you go on your journey is so important. So when life gets overwhelming, when life gets stressful, come back and sit with yourself. What is it that I truly want? I always say to people, so I'm 42 now. At the time when I had the dark night of the soul, I was 30, and then I was 32 when I started all the work on myself. And the way I viewed it, I'm a very visual person, is at the time I was like, okay, if I live, please God, till the grand old age of 93, which my granda was before he passed away, I've more life ahead of me than what's gone by me. So imagine that right now. So whatever age you currently are at in this moment, imagine you're all going to live to 99. So subtract 99 to where you are right now in your life. For some of you, you might have more life ahead of you. We can get so overwhelmed in this moment in time that we forget that we can create new, we can change, we can be different. But we have to be able to dream. What is it inside that I want? Not what my husband wants, not what my father wants, not what this person wants, not what that person wants. What do I want? Who am I? What sparks joy in me? What would I love to do if I could every day? While I know you might say, oh, well, Leanne, just, but I still need money to pay the bills. Of course, like, I get that. Money makes the world go round. Money is incredible. I love money. And obviously, that's why we're going to be covering a part on money in this masterclass series because money is so important. But is there something else you could be doing? Or equally, do we need to change the relationship you have with money? Because you might be like, fucking hate my job now and I can't believe and I'm too old and I can't change my job now and I'm going to have to stick with it. But maybe could we refrain and get your thoughts in a more positive way because the money that you're getting from your job is awarding you to go on the vacations. It's awarding you to pay your mortgage. Can we reframe all of these things? And we'll be touching base on that tomorrow. So again, it's all about the frequency that we're at. It's all about the frequency that we're emanating out onto the world. How can we tap more into that to become more in tune of the frequency that we are projecting out into the world? And how can we start co-creating and pulling our future self, pulling our dream life into existence? Now, obviously, this was a very short and brief overview of it. I wanted to give you hints and tips of what I work with my clients with to be able to help you to move forward in your life if you're a bit stuck right now. Because it's your time to dream big. Stop waiting for things to get better. You have today. Gift yourself showing up, rooted and grounded in who you are and who you're becoming. Have faith. You can change. And it's never too late. And if you don't have faith in yourself, have my faith in you that you can. Because I had no faith in myself. I had to pull faith from others to be able to get me to where I am. But make sure that you're surrounding yourself with that tribe, that when you're on your bad day, that when you're having that, I'm going to eat a donut or that you have those cheerleaders in your side that are going to, but didn't you say there now that you'd feel much better when you were X, Y, or Z? And I always say, I actually shared this the other day on social media, and one of the girls contacted me straight away and she was like, Leanne, thank you for putting that up. So I always say, let's say for the housework for me, like putting away laundry or different things like that, I can get quite overwhelmed with that because I've ADHD. So I always say my future self is thanking me. So in the moment, I'll look at it and go, ugh. And then I'll go, my future self is thanking me for doing it. And I pick up the basket, I go upstairs and I put away the laundry. So it's like that. Looking at the bar of chocolate, I'll do a weight loss, for instance, looking at the bar of chocolate or like a protein bar or a salad. My future self is probably going to thank me for eating the salad because there's more nutrition in the salad than that. So, what is my future self? So, have the faith in your future self. Take your future self's faith to pull you forward in life. Let her be your cheerleader. Let her pave the way for you. Because the image you hold of yourself is what's going to help you transform to have the courage to dream big. So you may not like what you see in the mirror now. You may not trust yourself. You may not like the image that you have of yourself. But when you transform and change that by tapping into who you want to become, you can change your current existence, your current role of who you are and who you're becoming. Tomorrow, as I said, we're going to be covering money and the law of abundance, which I absolutely love. And there's going to be loads of hints and tips in that as well for you. And again, over the course of the 3 days, you're going to be able to tap into the different frequencies. But equally, please trust in one, the divine timing. Two, that if there's signs coming to you right now for different things like that, the book falls off the shelf and you're like, oh, I'll put that back up. Or maybe is it a sign that's a book you're meant to be reading right now because there's lessons in that for you to understand. Or when something pops up and you're like, oh my God, I was only thinking of that now and it's after popping up on my phone. So again, look into all the signs. The universe is always trying to help us. So be open to the signs that are coming your way. And only by us being open to the signs from the universe, pulling through from our future self, that's the only way that we're going to be able to shift forward and dream big. So take some time with the journal prompts that I gave you earlier on. Relook over them. What is it that I really would like to bring into my life? What would I like to change in my life? If I did have a magic wand and I could wake up in a year from now, living my most beautiful, incredible life, what does that look like? What does it feel like? Who am I with? What am I wearing? When I look in the mirror, how do I feel? And what are the smells? So bringing the senses into play. And as I said, dream big. Don't let the ego get in the way and go, ah, but sure, you can't afford, you won't be able to get that mansion up on the hill there because, sure, only on the dole. I don't know. Like, don't let the ego. What is it that you would love? What is it that you truly would love? But again, closing your eyes and rooting into the thought of it first, the feeling of it first, and then journal on it. And as I said, put on lovely, relaxing music and journal with it and see where it goes. Because remember, don't limit yourself and stop playing small. We've got only one life. We were gifted this beautiful life, and you're never too old to change. When you take the small incremental step today to show up for yourselves like you have done, trust that today is the first day of creating your next chapter. So thank you so much for being here with me this evening. I've total honored and feel so blessed to be with you this evening. Thank you so much, and especially for showing up when it's so sunny out. So thank you so much. We'll be on the same time tomorrow evening. And again, I'll try and keep it within the hour if I can. If you've any questions, please feel free to DM me, drop me an email, drop me a text, whatever way you want to. And yeah, wishing you a lovely rest of your evening. And yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your evening, ladies. Thank you.
Thanks, Leanne.